Welcome to Pepe Learning Solutions. Using this video, you are going to learn about primitive data types in Java. Topics covered in this video are: what is a data type, memory allocation in Java, primitive data types, integral data type, floating point data type, character data type, and Boolean data type. What is a data type? An object stores its state in variables. As per the earlier classes, when we create a class, we have variables where it can store data. Each variable is of a data type of primitive data type or arrays. In this video, we are going to focus on primitive data type. This is a sample Java program, and let us see how memory will be allocated for this program. First, let us understand the program. I have created a class called public class simple program. In the same file, I have created another class called support class. Guys, this is for sample. You are not supposed to create multiple classes in one class. For example, for you to make understand, I have created like this. In the public class simple program, I have created main method. In that, I have total of 3 variables. The first variable is integer type. The variable name is live users 23, and next variable name subject, its type is string and the value is core Java. Third variable is a object reference. I have created an object for support class. When I create a support class, it got 2 variables called level and name. Level got a value of 3 and name got a value of high. And let us see the memory allocation happens for all of these. Java got a primary memory area called heap memory, where objects are stored in the space. And it got another memory called stack memory, where it stores local variables as well as the method calls. Java got another memory which is called string pool, which is part of the heap memory. We got a separate video regarding string. I will explain you in depth about that. For time being, understand that there is a string pool which is there in the heap memory. Now the main method execution started. Let's say there is a variable created which is called live user and it got a value of 23. Next, we have created a string. Ideally, when you create a string, the string is created in the string pool. Name of the string is core Java. I reference core Java with a variable called subject. Now, we have created a support class which contains 2 values. Level is 3 and name is a string which is having a value high. So now the high got created in the string pool and name is referenced with this. Support is the reference name given for the object. This is how memory will be allocated when you create a program and execute it. Let's see the primitive data types. Primitive data types are special data types built into Java language. You need not to use new keyword initializing a variable of a primitive type. Like an object, you need not to use new keyword when you are creating a variable. Literal. Literal represents directly in your code without requiring computation. Let's say you want to pass a hard code value. Let's say 234, 23.57, Pepe, H are true. These are the values, those doesn't require any computation. The fixed values which we are passing to a variable are called literals. Integral data type. Integral types stores various sizes of numbers. So it is a whole number. There are 4 types of integral data type. Those are byte, short, int, long. Byte consists of 8-bit size, short consists of 16-bit size, integer consists of 32-bit size and long consists of 64-bit size. Let's go and see a program. How does it works? Let's start with byte, where its range is from -128 to 127. I have already opened a Eclipse. Now on the Learn Java project, click on the source, right click, new, package, give the package name as com.pepi.primitives. Right click on the primitives package, new, class, primitive demo. Select the checkbox of public static void main, say finish. Delete the auto-generated code. Now I want to create a byte which is of integral type. Byte months equal to 12. So you can see here I have created a byte type which holds value 12. Let me print this one. This SYSO control space, select the first one, months. Now I would like to execute this program. Right click, run as Java application. You can see the output months 12. Let us create another variable of byte and put the size as 128. Byte check byte size equal to 128. Now the compiler is showing an error saying that add chars to byte. Click on add chars to byte. Now let me print check byte size value. Check byte size plus control space check it taken. Now let me execute this program. Right click, run as Java application. Now even though I have given 128, you see here it is taken as -128. Why? Because its range is from 127 to -128. Let me give 129 here. When I go and give 129, the value which shown here is -127. So anything above 127 will be again repeated as -128, -127, -126, so on. Now let's see short. Short can hold a value of -32,768 till 32,767. Let me create a variable called short. Today sales equal to 32,767. Let me give 32,700 and I want to print out the value here. Today sales. When I run this program, you can see today's sales is 32,700, whereas if I give the value as 40,000, so I'm giving here as, I'm mentioning here as total sales, and I'm changing the value as 42,700. You can see here it is trying to say type mismatch cannot convert from integer to short. Let us keep this as short. This is called typecasting, and let us execute and see what is the value which is going to generate. You can see the value, the total sales is minus 22,836. Why? Because it can hold a value up to 32,767. Once it crosses that value, it goes back to minus 32,768, minus 32,767, and so on. So there are different types of integrals where it can hold a value. When you are creating a class, you should be aware of what is the memory allocation going to take this place. You can go and use integer and long, but unnecessarily you are wasting the memory. If your application is high volume application, you can't afford this. So you should be aware of the data types which you are using as part of your class. Let's see integer and long. I go here, integer, wholesale amount equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is the value I want to keep, and sys out I can keep the wholesale amount value as this. Now when I execute this program, you can see wholesale amount as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, whatever is the value I get. So all well. Then how do I create a long? When I go and create a long, if I need to give a value for long, I can give keyword as long, worldwide sales, now if you can see here, it is complaining saying that the literal 99 of type int is out of range. So if you want to specify as long, you have to give L at the end of the number. Then it considers it as a long value. Let's see floating point data type. Floating point numbers are numbers that contain floating decimal points. Let's say here example is 5.5, 0.001. When are we going to use floating point data types? There is a tax imposed on your sale 3.75%, or you got a discount of 12.25%. In those cases, you are using floating point numbers. There are two types of floating points. One is float, another one is double. By default, it is taken double until you mention it as float. Let us see in the program. In the workspace, in primitive packages, right click, new, class, floating demo, public static void main, finish. Tax percentage equal to 3.25. But you can see compiler is throwing an error saying that type mismatch cannot convert from double to float. You have to explicitly specify f at the end of your floating point number. Then it will be considered as a floating point number. So let me print the tax percentage. You can see here the tax percentage is 3.25. I can go here and mention integer sales amount equal to 2,500. Now I want to print what is the tax amount. So system.out.println, I'll mention here sales amount into tax percentage by 100. This is what is the calculation which will show us what is the percentage of tax levied on 2500. You can see the tax, which is 81.25, will be levied on 2500 of purchase. Now, character data type. When you want to store a single character, you can use a data type called char gender equal to female. Character data type is holding in the single quotes. You have to mention single quotes and keep the value. Boolean data type. The Boolean data type has only two possible values, which is true or false. In the program, you use this data type for simple flags that tackle true or false. I have mentioned savings account variable is of type Boolean and its value is true. When do I use this kind of variables? Let's say I'm entering into my banking application. They are supposed to show me the welcome screen. In case if I hold a savings account, it will show me my savings bank accounts. In case if I have only fixed deposit accounts, it shows me only the fixed deposit page. In case if I have multiple type of things, it will show me all together in one page. So that is the reason we are going to use here the Boolean, which contains true or false. That's it guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.